Welcome to Drawbridge. Here we have our overview screen. The first thing that you're going to want to do when you clock in is sign in. So you'll go here, select switch user, and then find your name on the drop-down. You can scroll up if your name is at the end of the alphabet, or down if your name is towards the beginning. You select your name, and now you can see it right here that you're signed in. From this drop-down, you can also change the theme to light mode or dark mode, and so forth. You can also go to the settings page, but we'll talk a little bit more about this later. You can also report a bug. If anything is going wrong with Drawbridge or anything isn't acting like you expected it to, you can press this button and it will pop up a form. This form will be sent directly to our Drawbridge team so that we can address the issues that you're facing. Now you can see here that I have our sound on the overview page muted. This is what it looks like unmuted, and when a game asks for a hint, it will make the chime sound directly here. For now, I'm going to keep it muted. Here in the hosting screen, we also have this. Hosts can get notifications for whenever a group asks for help also, but I have it muted for now. Over here, we can see all the different stories for our games. You can see how much time is left in a game. This chime button will send the hint sound to a game. This hint button will send the first hint in the drop-down to the group, and it will send the chime. The state tells us whether the game is idle, running, paused, in prologue, or in epilogue. These controls will let you start a game, skip a game, pause a game, or end a game. Under Host, you can see who hosted in the group. With this Alert GM button, you can send a message to the Game Master. This helps us keep communication between the Game Master and the game host. Over here in Events, you can do things like change the lighting or change the music. You can also do things in most rooms like pop doors. Under Flashing, you can turn on and off the flashing lights in a room. When they're off, it'll change the icon so that you can tell that the flashing lights are off for this room. Under Observe, you can see the cameras for a room. This is helpful for when a birthday party is happening, as you can give this to the parents and they can watch their kids during the game. You can also see the countdown right here. And lastly, we have our devices. This is the same as it was in Mythric. You can change the devices to on or off, or pop anything in the room. Now we also have a lobby screen. This will bring up all of the cameras around the venue so that you can see what's going on from anywhere in the venue using an iPad. Now, we're going to start a game. When you start a game, it'll pop up this team summary. This will be sent directly to the Game Master's screen, wherever they are. So you'll have asked the game these questions. Is it their first time in an escape room? And they can say yes or no. We'll say that it is their first time. We'll say that it is their first time at Escapology. And we'll say that we expect they need a lot of help in this room, and it is a birthday. You can send any other notes that you have about this game right here. Now, since I'm logged in, it automatically puts my name right here. Once we send this, we can go to the Game Master screen by clicking here, and we'll get that summary right here. And again, since I'm logged in, it puts my name automatically right here. I can submit this to say that I've seen it. Now, if I ever need to look at that again, I can click right here, and it'll tell me all that same information. Now, we have a bunch of different options here on the Game Master screen as well. You can see the cameras here. When you click on a camera that's already enlarged, it'll make it cover the whole screen. And same here. We have the same options up here that we had for the hosting screen, the chime, the hint, the state, the controls, the events, and the devices. We also have the countdown. This will pull up the countdown screen. Auto Hint is a really useful feature that we've added for Drawbridge. When you turn this on, you can select how much time you want the system to wait before it sends a hint to the group after they press the hint button. So I'll say 10 seconds. The least amount of time you can have is 5 seconds, and the most is 2 minutes. AutoGM is not available yet. Up here, it shows how much time is left in a game. You can add or subtract time from a game here as well. We're going to go ahead and skip the prologue of our game, and we can see the ahead-behind timer starts working. This tells us that our group has 5 minutes until they're behind. So they need to find the key in the room. Once we check this off, you can see that they're even further ahead. Now, if we take off some time, you can see that they start to get behind. We never want this to be red. Once this goes to be about 3 minutes at green, we're going to want to go ahead and maybe send a nudge. Now, if the group asks for a hint, you'll see that we have 10 seconds to select what we want to send them. We can select any of the hints that are available for this and send them here, or we can cancel if we decide that we want to type out our own hint. To type out your own hint, you come right here to Custom Hint, and you can type whatever you want to send to the room. Over here we have the Alert Hosts button. This is to tell your hosts anything that's going wrong in the room. For example, say that your group needs a marker. You can send a message here that says that the group needs a marker. So if we send the message and then we go to the hosting screen, you can see that it lit up purple. Purple means that a message has been sent between the host and master. As a host, when you click on this, you can see the alert right here and that the game master said marker. You can clear this, and then you can send a message back to say that you've got them the marker. Now, the game master will get this alert on their page that says the host has fixed the marker. Here on the hosting screen and on the overview screen, you'll sometimes see multiple different colors appear. For example, this yellow for Antidote Chemical Warfare means that the group has requested a hint. This blue for Mansion Murder means that they've reached the 3rd room. What we mean by 3rd room is that they're near the last puzzle, so the host needs to get to the door. You'll also see that things sometimes turn purple. Purple means that a message has been sent between the game host and game master. Green means that a game has won. Red means that a game has failed. Another thing about the messaging between game masters and game hosts. In the overview, you can see that the owner defaults to the game master's name. But when the game master sends a message to a host, this name changes to the name of the host. And then it reverts back once the host sends a message back to the game master. You can see that it's now the game master's name. This is helpful for supervisors to make sure that they know what's going on and who's responsible for what game at any given moment. This is the settings page. Here you can see a lot of different information. We'll start with the lobby cameras. You can add lobby cameras or remove them here, and you can name them different things. Once you're done editing this, make sure that you save. Next is the employees. This is the list that will appear in the dropdown for the sign-in and for when you're selecting a game host or game master for a game. You can add employees here, and again, make sure to save when you're done. Under each individual game, you can see that you have an option to choose a file for the alert sound. This sound is what will play to the overview and the hosting screens, but it is not the sound that will play in the room when they get sent a hint. You can see your cameras listed here, you can add a new camera, and you can change the name as well. Under objectives, you can see all of the different tasks that a game has to complete. You can see the name of the objective listed here, and the duration. The duration will affect the ahead-behind timer. You can change this number based on how many minutes you think it should take to complete any given objective. The 3rd room alert will send a blue notification to the hosting screen. This blue notification means that the game is near the end, so the host should get to the door soon. This means that we select one of our objectives near the end that gives the host enough time to get to the door, to get water bottles and wristbands ready. the objective that you check, once the game gets to this objective, this alert will be sent to the hosting screen. Under Task, this text will appear at the top of the Game Master screen. This is helpful for new Game Masters and training. And you can edit that text here. Detections is for camera detections, and we'll add more to this later. Another great feature that Drawbridge has is reports. These reports are through Metabase. You can create a new report here and customize it however you see fit. Here at Columbia, we have different reports for seeing escape rates with and without time added. So you can see this is what the escape rate would be with no time added versus with time added. You can see how many games they have game mastered and so on. We also have different reports for the last 30 days. We have an end summary report. This shows every single game that has been through our venue and who game mastered and hosted it.